Well, hi, Achievers. Hi, I'm back with the 25 books of 2025. First of all, Happy New Year. So, I'm caught in studies in 2024 in Great Yarmouth, where I currently am, because it's a good place to begin. And literally, the weather's been lousy. Literally, it's like 4 o'clock when the sun comes out. It's been lashing it down all day. So, I thought, as I'm here and I haven't gone out today, I'm going to do a stack of book reviews. Okay, so kicking off the project. Some will be recording down in Great Yarmouth and some in London. So, let's start with the actual reviews. And first of all, kicking off with Deenie by Judy Blume. And this book is, well, this book is, you know, something, I've not read this book since I was a teenager, and it kind of blew my mind how ahead of the curve Judy Blume was when it comes to things okay, like disabilities, ableism, and also things that go on in the lives of teenagers. It is very, very interesting. Very interesting. For a book that actually came out in 1973, I wasn't even born when this book came out. This one came out in the 1980s. So anyway, that's Deenie, okay, and here we are. Deenie is almost relieved when the doctors put an end to her mother's dream of a glittering career for her beautiful daughter. By having to wear the ugly back brace to straighten her spine, it also crushes Deanie's own hopes of becoming a cheerleader, and she's convinced her promising friendship with Buddy Braden too. Right, so Deenie is a teenager, she is young, is very, very interesting as well. Now, actually, I looked this up, okay, I was curious when I was rereading this for like chapter one, and this book isn't even long. It's such a classic, but it's not even long. It's how many pages? It's like 123 pages. Here you go. Right. A mother named me Deenie just right on time I was born because she saw a movie about a beautiful girl called Wilma Dean, everyone called Deenie for short. Ma said the first time she held me, she knew right away that if she named me Deenie, I'd turn out the same way. Beautiful, that is. I was only 4 hours old then. It took me almost 13 years to find out what really happened to Deenie in that movie. She went crazy and wound up on the funny farm. Ma said I should just forget about the last part of the story. Right. And the thing is this, that film is actually Splendor in the Grass, okay, with Natalie Wood and James Dean. Okay, I think it's James Dean? Yeah, so, and I saw that film ages and ages ago, so that's how Deanie gets the name, okay? So, yes, so that's how Deanie, and the moment that she was born, her mother gave her this name because Natalie Wood was a very, very beautiful woman, and obviously her mother knew that she'd be beautiful. And all her life, her mother's been pushing her into becoming a model, okay? Pushing her into, you know, Deanie at 13 years old, okay, she's gone to another modeling agency. She was in a campaign when she was a baby, but then her father insisted, no, Deanie needs a normal life and childhood. So now that she's a teenager, her mother's pushing her into becoming a model, pushing her into this kind of world. And it's not what Deanie truly, truly wants. But essentially is, her mother is, and I'll be truly honest, quite emotionally abusive. Right, here we are. And after she's gone to a fashion house, she's done a walk for them, and they say there's something wrong with your spine. It's just like you're slouching, but you've got a beautiful face. We'll consider you, okay? And when straight after, when she's going to lunch, okay, with her mum's like this. I look like you slouched on purpose, Deanie. I didn't, Ma, honest. Why would I do that? I tried as hard as I could. Tears came to my eyes. Don't give me that, Deanie. You heard Miss Allison say there's something funny about the way you move. Right. Please, Ma, please believe me. I didn't do it on purpose. Ma said, Deanie, God gave you a beautiful face. No, I wouldn't have done that if he hadn't intended for you to put it to good use. I know, Ma. I hope so, because I'm not going to food us again. Next time we have an appointment, you have to try harder. Her mother's just living her, my daughter is a model fantasy, okay? Foodini. That's exactly what it is. Her mother is really, really emotionally abusive. And also is this, Deanie wants to be a cheerleader, okay? Her and her friend Janet. She wants to become a cheerleader and have the typical school experience, I guess. Now, clearly, I'm British. We don't have cheerleaders in this country, okay? I think we're just in a call out call for that. So we don't have cheerleading or pet rallies, that kind of stuff. So, and the thing is, is most mothers will be like, my daughter's trying to have a cheerleading, they'll be delighted, but not Deanie's ma. No. Me and Janet have been practicing our cheers in the garage for 2 weeks. My brother doesn't know anything about it. She'll kill me. A lot of the games are on Saturdays, and if I make the squad, she won't be able to drag me anymore to any more modern agencies. I'm counting on Daddy to make my understand. I would like to be a cheerleader and a famous model. Right, if only getting to be a model wasn't so much trouble. It'd be fun to see my face in some magazines if I could get there without my going for all those dumb interviews. this isn't too good because this is through Deanie's perspective, and even the language is quite juvenile, if you will. This is a young one trying to make sense of the world around her. Now, suddenly things are taken out of her control. Absolutely, when she's diagnosed with scoliosis, and incidentally, is ableism also really comes to the fore here because Deanie may not realise this, but she is ableist, right? As a woman in the town, okay, who's got a scoliosis, the same thing, and Deanie is never to her face, but quite cruel to her, right, inside her own head, and this bit, okay, is this bit when it comes to essentially the Disabilities of American Act was still kind of, coming to the forefront here back in the 70s. And this bit here, okay, our town doesn't have school buses except for the one that picks up the handicapped kids. They come to our school from all over because they have a special class. Gina Courtney, who lives on my street, takes that bus. We were in the first grade together until her accident. She was hit by a delivery truck. Now she wears braces on her legs and she's blind in one eye. I always feel funny when I pass her house, like I stop and say hello. But then I think I better not, because I wouldn't know how to act or anything. Exactly. So, because this girl that she knew in first grade had an accident, Deanie doesn't know how to approach her. Suddenly she's a different, she's other. Deanie's never really considered, okay, what it is like for individuals who are disabled. She thinks of them as kind of like separate entities, if you will. And it's quite interesting too, okay, because that's the way she feels. And now it's going to happen to her. She's literally going to walk that mile. And it is totally going to change her outlook. It's quite a cool crash course, if you will, of how suddenly people are going to treat her as different. Right. And then when it comes to Deanie's attitude, now I'll be truly honest, okay? Deanie is not a nice person. And that is something I truly respect from Judy Blume, is that she's not. She is quite judgmental. The fact that she won't talk to a disabled classmate of hers, right? Because she rides a special bus with all the handicapped, as the word, okay, the used kids. And when it comes to a new girl at school, Susan, right, who has, I love this, okay? Basically, Deanie doesn't want to be her friend because she has, doesn't really say this eczema or psoriasis, okay? So let's just go with eczema. Right, here we are. I was so busy thinking about how to get out of being Susan's partner. I didn't care about the creeping cry that was getting changed next to me. Her real name is Barbara Curtis, but I named her the creeping cry because of the disgusting rash all over her. It's supposed to be some kind of allergy, but who wants to take the chance of finding out by touching her? It could be leprosy or something like that. Here you go. So it doesn't want Barbara to be her partner. Right. Barbara is the creeping crud because she has eczema. Right. Absolutely. But the thing is, it is noticed in gym class, okay, that Deanie is slouching, that her walk is unusual, that she seems to be kind of off on one side. She goes to gym class and she's asked to do exercise, and in the end, she is referred to a specialist, and finally, after a batch of tests, which makes Deanie very uncomfortable, right, she's diagnosed with Deanie has adolescent idiopathic scoliosis. What I understood was that was adolescent and something that sounded like idiotic. Right. What does that mean? Daddy asked. It means she has a structural curvature of the spine which has strong tendency to progress rapidly during the adolescent growth spurt. So, and then Deanie sees x-rays of her body and sees what the issue is. And when it comes to what are they going to do, it's either have surgery, which may not work, to correct her spine, or a Milwaukee brace. Now, I actually looked up what these were, because the only time I've seen them in films is Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. Romy, no, not Romy, it's Michelle, okay? Michelle, played by Lisa Kudrow. During that film, at the beginning, in the flashback, she's actually wearing a brace, that's a scoliosis brace, which the mean girls stick magnets to. Right, so she's wearing a brace on her body, and now Deanie has to wear one for 4 years, so it won't come off her body until she's 17. So she will have to spend an entire adolescence wearing this brace. Right. And the thing is this, the moment her mother finds out, of course, okay, her mother starts making it all about her. Once again, the mother is such a selfish individual. I mean, because it's difficult to find out that your daughter is going to go through this for the next 4 years, and it's going to be very expensive and drain their finances. But the thing is this, is Ma automatically makes it all about her. Here you go. Right. My baby, my beautiful, beautiful baby. Carrying like this isn't going to help Deanie, Daddy said. Oh, Frank, I have such plans for her. I can't believe this is really happening. So the fact is that Deenie will not be a model at the age of 13, and you have to go through everything, her entire adolescence and school life, wearing a brace, unless she's swimming, which she has to do 3 times a week. That that's the reality of the situation, right? But of course, it's all about the mother. And when Deanie is arguing, okay, because our friends actually about this are really, really nice. They take her out to get like a nice nightie when she's having an operation. They promise to be at her bedside with roses, that kind of thing, and to take care of her while she's covering in the hospital. Which Deanie is kind of entranced by the idea. I mean, she can't help but have a romantic kind of views, okay, of Buddy coming to visit her, okay, Buddy Braden visiting her, okay, with roses and that type of thing. But of course, no, it's going to be the brace, okay. And when Deanie says, no, can I have the operation instead? Here we are. Rather have the operation. You think you would, Deanie, but let me tell you something. You said months on your back, we're coming from it, and there'll be complications. In cases like yours, if we didn't operate without trying the Milwaukee brace first. I don't want to wear a brace, I just can't. There must be some other way. Right. Deanie, Ma said, it'll only take a while, and then you'll be better. You'll be wearing it until you're 17 years of age. And the thing is this is one thing I found very, very amusing is suddenly your ma is on the Deanie, you have to wear this, you have to wear this. But as soon as she finds out that Deanie's got to wear this for 4 years, it's right. You wear this until you're 17, but you can't, Ma said. You don't understand, Dr. Kilner. Deanie's going to be a model. She can't wear a brace for 4 years. And the doctor takes no shit from the mum. Dr. Kilner raised his voice a little. I think you don't understand, Mrs. Fenner. It's important that you do. Right. And the dad, who's basically been a neighbour, his wife was like, look, just fix Deanie up. That's all we really care about, fix Deanie up, okay? Basically to his wife, please don't make a scene. Please don't make a scene. And even when Deanie is actually having her brace fitted, okay? And one thing I also liked is Judy Blume did her research on the process. They take a body cast, they measure it, they make sure it's all correct, they kind of attach it, they give her the advice on what to do. She's supposed to wear like an undershirt, okay? Or let's say boy's undershirt, basically it'd be now like a t-shirt under her brace so it doesn't cause friction and cause a rash. But Deanie ignores that, doesn't want to wear an undershirt, that's what they say, under her brace. I'm like, basically you're wearing a vest top for God's sake. But hey, here you go. But the thing is, even when it's being done, okay, Deanie's wearing the brace for the first time and struggling with it, right? Here you go. Right. Just when I thought it was going to be okay, Ma started. Oh my God, she cried. What did I ever do to deserve this? Then after she cried, the madder I got until she had to just stop it, Ma. Will you just stop it, please? Dr. Kilner said, you know, Miss Fanny, you're making it this very hard on your daughter. And then Mum runs out of the room, not able to deal with it. Not able to deal with it. And in the end, Deanie is so frustrated by this. End of the day is this. Not that she's not listened to. She actually is listened to. When she says, I don't want to wear an undershirt, she actually doesn't. She doesn't wear an undershirt. But then, okay, she gets that rash, okay, that everyone said that she most likely will get. And then she must now, okay? So the fact is, okay, she totally ignores the orders of the medics, okay, the professionals. Not because, okay, she thinks she knows best, but because she's trying to get some control in this situation. Because everything's been taken away from her. Her friend made the cheerleading squad, she didn't. A Sunday case got to watch on the sidelines, even though she wanted to do it. She didn't want to be a model, but that option's been taken off the cards. So Deanie feels emotionally lost, and the way to really kind of show her outlet is after she gets back from the um, physicians, after she gets back, okay, for all the professionals fitting with this brace, she goes upstairs again, cuts her hair, okay, because she just feels so down that she just symbolically cuts her hair short, and it's an absolute wreck, by the way. But people are like, okay, if you're sure like this, I'm going to tie it up for you. But she's like, no, because she's just lost. It's the only way she kind of manifest her feelings about this. Remember, she is only 13 after all. Right, there you go. And it's quite interesting too, because at the beginning, when Deanie was talking about the disabled students she went to school with, when her friends come around, okay, they feel quite awkward about it. Midge and Janet feel very, very awkward about it and they don't know what to say. Suddenly it feels like Deanie's become the other, right? And she doesn't know how to deal with it. Here you go. Right. Oh, Deanie, we don't know what to say or how to act or anything. We were going to make believe we didn't even notice. and say you looked as well as always. But if you want to know the truth, it was a real shock. Even though we knew the doctors would have had to do something, but you can't go out with a crooked spine. It's not a crooked spine, it's called scoliosis. And the thing is this, suddenly Deenie has become an expert in her condition because everyone is asking her, what's been the thing? Did you have an accident? Did you have this? Did you have that? And she's like, no, I have scoliosis. And the thing is, as soon as she gets to school, suddenly people start treating her differently. And she doesn't like that. She got like a girl wanting to carry her books for her and basically, in a way, take pity on her. And everyone asking her she's okay. And even the teacher saying, okay, do you want to stand on the lectern to do the lessons? Because it'd be easier because you're wearing this brace and that's how you lean forward kind of thing. And also, okay, you mentioned, okay, of when Deenie gets her period and about how difficult that is to cope. Ini and her sister has got to help her with that. So, yes. So this book does not hold back in really, really showing how Deanie's life has changed, and it will for the next 4 years. And hopefully, because there's no guarantees that this curvature could correct itself. There you go. And the thing is right, when the school approaches her and says this is like, take this form home and have your parents fill it out. You're eligible for the special bus now. It'd be much more convenient and it's free. You mean the bus that picks up? I started to say the handicapped kids, but I couldn't because all of a sudden there was a big lump in my throat. I had to look out the window. It's on your street every morning at 10 after 8. Right. She's like, no, I won't do that. I will not be with the handicapped kids because she still sees them as other. Right. Even though people are now treating her differently, if you will. And the thing is this also, one thing Deanie's parents, especially her mother, okay, her father, not really much, okay, her father's very much of an enabler, is, the whole thing, okay, is that her sister Helen, right, who's, by the way, Helen's boyfriend gets sacked from the petrol station where her dad works, because they need to save money on the bills, okay, for Deanie's bills. And this bit here, okay, it's, God gave you a special brain, and he would have done that if he had intended for you to put it to good use. She's telling Helen the same thing she told me about my face. Amaya, impossible. God didn't give me a special brain, you made it up, and you almost convinced me. Amaya, you almost did. I used to tell myself it didn't matter, and it wasn't, so I wasn't pretty like Deenie, because I have a special brain and Deenie is just ordinary. But it didn't help, Ma. It didn't help at all, because it's not true. None of it's true, don't you see? You can't make us be what you want. Can't make us be what you want. That's what she's trying to do. Helen is the brain, because she is very, very intelligent, and Deanie is the beauty. Right. And one thing I think is a miracle, okay, that these two sisters being pitted against each other for all these years, they haven't turned on each other. Instead, okay, they each other support. Each other support. And the book ends with, by the way, Deanie going to a party and actually being with Buddy. It was a bit before she actually does kiss Buddy, but she was a bit scared, okay, that she didn't actually kiss him back. She was a little bit nuts, she had to. So she goes to the actual party, arguing, okay, about the brace or not, and with her father, but she has to wear it, and she kisses Buddy, and Buddy is actually cool, okay, about the brace, right? But the thing is it starts, sorry, it ended with Deanie being quite hesitant of the fact that Kate has scoliosis, but ends with her actually building her own support network of people with her condition. I got a letter from Dr. Kiln inviting me to scoliosis clinic at his office, where all the patients get together to talk about wearing their braces. I think I asked the other girls how they sit at their desk and if they get rashes too, and if how they sleep flat on their backs, rip their clothes, and worry about people looking at them wherever they go. Right. I'm going to tell them how I answer people who ask me what's wrong. I bet I'm the only one who ever said I jumped off the Empire State Building. Right. The most important thing I had to find out is how smart you have to be to become an orthopedist, because I'm thinking I might really like to be one. So, ends with Deanie thinking, yeah, I don't want to be a model. I'm not going to be. Is it going to change my life? Now I'm living in these shoes. I see what actually happens. And one thing is this, I'll save this to the end, is this book is made for a book in 1970s that actually discuss. Now, I don't want YouTube to come after me because I know what they're like. So the word is self-pleasure. Okay, that's the word I'm using. Okay, for a book in 1972 to actually even discuss this during like a PE session, people actually write notes in a box to, you know, be answered. And so, and Deanie actually acknowledges that she does. She does, and also for a book post 1973, is a teacher saying, okay, it's okay for boys and girls to do it and it's totally normal. Self-pleasure is absolutely fine. Right. And also a scene, okay, which is depicted as that. So, yes, I found this book actually really, really good. It's not even a long book, but there's a lot to it. Once again, Judy Blume is just, oh, I've actually met, by the way, she's lovely. It's just an absolute master of her craft. So, yes. So, her book published 1973 was way ahead of the curve. And I'm signing off here. Bye now.